My manager encouraged me to try the beers, so I can recommend them to customers. I've even got my own favourite beer now.
I used to think the cask beer is just really warm and flat, so I was really surprised when I tried it. It got a lot of flavour and it's got a cool temperature. It's not fizzy as lager, but it does give you a little bit of a tingle on the tongue.
How can anyone sell a product if they haven't tried it themselves? I always like to give little tasters to customers so they can try it before they buy it.
A lot of brewers are choosing to promote cask beer through television advertising, maybe press media. Social media is really important as well, and we also work really hard with the pubs themselves to make sure we're providing the right tools to sell the beer in pub.
It's essential that I get the right pump clips for that cask beer. I hate homemade pump clips. It looks tatty and it doesn't give the right message for the beer, or the pub for that matter.
All my beers are advertised on a chalkboard by the bar and in the lounge. I also put a coming soon section on the board to encourage people to come back.
Presentation is everything, and especially with cask beer, it's really important that it's served in the right glass, presented in the right way with drip mats, maybe bar runners too. And it's not just for the brewery's sake that we provide these things. It really does help improve the experience for the end drinker, and it really shows off the landlord's pub really nicely as well.
I do a lot of food, so I tie in some of the dishes with my cask beers. It's a great alternative to wine with traditional pub classics. Pale, hoppy IPAs go great with fish and chips, and robust amber beers work brilliantly with roasted meats, sausages and pies.
The danger of a pub not having a website is that it's pretty much invisible to anyone who wants to go there. If you're looking for a pub in your local area, the first thing most people do is Google it. And therefore, it's really important that you have a website, because you're just missing out if you don't.
Really, if a pub isn't on Twitter, isn't on Facebook, probably isn't even on Instagram, it's going to be very hard to get your message out there about what beers you have on the bar. So many people live with their smartphones in their hands, and that's how they communicate and that's how they find out about new experiences. So cask pubs have got to be on social media.
I didn't know much about social media or digital marketing, but I started updating my website regularly with up-and-coming beers, beery facts like how many pints we sold last week, tasting notes, beer-related events like beer festivals. Facebook and Twitter are a godsend. It's instant, it's free, and you can let people know what beers you have on. It's a no-brainer. I can't understand why people wouldn't want to do it to promote their pub. I also wanted to make sure that we were promoting the quality of our beer as well as the range, so I applied for Caskmark accreditation.
Caskmark is important because it assures the quality of cask beers for the general public. When they see the Caskmark plaque outside a pub, they can be assured that the quality of the cask beer is in tip-top condition. When I go into a pub to check cask beers, I check the temperature. The perfect temperature for cask beer is 11 to 13 degrees, the same as the cellar temperature. I check the appearance, the aroma and the taste of the cask beer. The quality of cask beer for its drinkers is vitally important.
Avid cask beer drinkers really feel passionately about the quality of the beer. It's got to be right. It can't be too cold. It definitely can't be warm or flat. It's got to taste right. And someone who knows their cask beer and who loves drinking cask beer will definitely say to the publican whether or not it's right.
Caskmark lists your pub on an app called Cask Finder. It shows cask beer drinkers where to get a good pint, tasting notes, beer festivals. You can even scan the Caskmark certificate in a pub, and you can win prizes.
Camera is important to real ale pubs. Camera hold meetings, so particularly if you've got a meeting room, that can bring a lot of extra trade in. A lot of camera branches produce leaflets, guides, maps, that sort of thing, all of which is useful to people visiting your particular city. The good beer guide is very important. Inclusion in there really helps a business to become established on the ale front.
Beer festivals really put my pub on the map, and I get lots of people coming back because they know where I am. I advertise my festivals through Facebook, Twitter, but I also put posters up in local shops, taxi ranks, but anywhere where I think potential customers might see it.
For me, what makes a great cask pub is I can go in and see one regular cask beer on the bar, so that if I'm not feeling adventurous that night, I can go to that and feel safe. But then also, if I do want a surprise, if I want a new flavour experience, I can try one of the new guest beers that are there. Also, I think it's really important to have brilliant staff. They need to be trained well in serving cask beer right, but also being able to answer the questions I've got about the guest beers. And also, I want to feel like the pub is in tune with the community that it's in. Maybe some live music, maybe some live comedy, something like that.